good, y'all? It's your boy King Cal 516 live in the mix, and this is the Swiss Flames podcast. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware that Anthony Davis will be playing center for the Los Angeles Lakers this year. At least they're going to try that to see how it goes. Before we dive into that, let me just remind you, check out the website at www.swissflames.com. Hit us up at Twitter at SwissFlames. Definitely check out the Facebook and YouTube pages at Swiss Flames Podcast. So yeah, everybody, has been thinking for the most part, oh, they signed Dwight Howard, now they have DeAndre Jordan, as center, so they're just going to kind of go back to what they did in that championship season when they had both guys playing, Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee kind of rotating. But if you also remember during that playoff run, there was times that Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee sat down and AD would just run and play the five. But traditionally, we all know AD doesn't like to play the five full time, especially during the season, because he doesn't really like banging so much down low. There's a physicality still to the five, at that position. There's still a little physicality to it, and obviously the biggest guys in the league play that position for the most part. And so, traditionally AD doesn't like it, but we just got to remember earlier on in this offseason, when the rumors leaked that Westbrook and LeBron and AD had met, that they talked about how to make it work between them if they were, if this was going to happen. And so I truly believe those guys are invested in winning. And if you're invested in winning like AD, especially with him winning a championship a couple seasons ago and getting a taste of that, and then this past season didn't go as well. AD never really was able to get going fully. He dealt with injuries and stuff like that. But you gotta imagine AD finally getting a taste of a championship that he wants it again, and he wants it more. You know what I mean? And so sacrificing and playing the five, if that means that's going to unlock your team. And one of my gripes about the Lakers since they've gotten AD, and I think AD has overall been a great, obviously, addition for the Lakers. It's not so much his fault, but just in totality, they still aren't as good when LeBron is off the court, as far as how their offense flows. And I think this season they have a chance to be pretty good, even if LeBron is out of the lineup. But even at times when LeBron was there, the offense seemed not to be as fluid. And so I think that's an issue that the Lakers do understand, and I think this is what they're trying to address this season as well, because there was too much times where the Lakers offense just got stagnant. You know what I mean? And so we have those two problems. Sometimes even with LeBron in the game, it'll get a little stagnant. But also, definitely when he was out the game, it just would drop too much. So I do believe they've got personnel this season, especially you got Westbrook. And then you also bring back Rondo, I think is big. And then you got some young guys that can bring you energy like Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, and obviously, your in-house player, Taylor Horton-Tucker. You got some young blood that can give some energy and juice. I think the Lakers offense this year is going to be a lot more dynamic. I think they're going to be scoring more points. And I think they're going to be a lot more dangerous. And I think that the lob threats that they're going to have, even before they even get a Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan in the game, even if you have AD at the 5 and you run LeBron at the 4, people forget LeBron did play some 4 in Miami. Like, he was playing 4 at times in Miami. LeBron at the 4 is dangerous because at this stage in LeBron's career, he can post up a lot better. You know what I mean? He's gotten better over the course of his career at posting up. And so for him to get the ball so close to the rim is going to put a different kind of pressure on the defense to worry about, because LeBron that close to the rim is going to be obviously a threat to score. But not only that, he's still an elite passer, so it doesn't matter where he is on the court. His court vision is outstanding. And so him getting the ball down low somewhere, it's going to cause problems. Westbrook being able to put pressure on the rim and not worry about somebody getting in his way is going to create problems. And this is why Anthony Davis at the 5 makes sense, because Westbrook won't have to worry about somebody getting in his way if AD is there. You know what I mean? And imagine now Westbrook having the option to pick and roll with LeBron. That's a crazy combination. Pick and roll with AD. And then whoever he doesn't decide to pick and roll with, you got the other one lurking. You know what I mean? So for defenses going against that, it's going to create problems because they're going to have to start making decisions, pick your poison. You know what I mean? So if the Lakers get creative with the offense, which I think having David Fizdale there makes a lot of sense from this standpoint, just because he has experience with LeBron, but he had experience coaching LeBron when LeBron and D-Wade were trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because there was some clunkiness with the Heat offense, and there was a lot more of your turn, my turn with the Heat offense at times. So they had to get better, you know, in Heat offense of doing different things. And as, you know, that team got with each other, and the longer they got with each other, the better they were able to put some sets in to have a better fluid offense. And I think with this team, you know, Fizdale is a great plus, you know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to put some things in, some creative things in that are going to help this offense be more dynamic. So the Lakers are definitely going to be more exciting. They're going to be great in transition. They've always been great in transition. They're going to be even better now with Westbrook in transition. They're going to be better transition team. I think their half-court set offense will be a little bit more fluid. I think it will be rocky at times with the shooting, but I think they have enough shooting to get them by. But Anthony Davis playing at 5 is going to be a big deal. And the only question I have will be maybe against certain matchups, maybe when they're going against like the Embiids, the Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert's, maybe those traditional really, really big centers, maybe then you go back to traditional because maybe have more size at that point is better for you. But overall, with most teams, Anthony Davis at the 5, you know what I mean? He's just as big as most centers, you know, from the majority of teams. You know, there's just a select few teams that have that really good oversized center. You know what I mean? But I think AD will be fine. But he's definitely been bulking up. And some of we haven't seen too much of AD since the season has been done. But the little that you've seen, and even some recent photos that have popped up, AD's bulked up. So he's been training, but he's been training to build muscle. So he's gotten a little bit bigger. So, you know, I think the writings on the wall is pretty obvious that Anthony Davis plans on playing the 5 a little bit more. You know what I mean? And we'll see how it happens. But right now, it looks like AD will be starting the 5 as the season starts. And probably the Lakers will just see how it goes. You know what I mean? But it's your boy King Cal 516. What do you think? Do you believe truly that AD is playing the 5? Or do you think this is all smoke and mirrors? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you guys' support. It's your boy King Cal 516 signing off. This has been the Switch Flames Podcast.